with a highly requested video, and today I'm going to be reviewing and demoing the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. This has become my favorite, not only because of the look, but also because it's not too expensive. The color match is perfect, and I don't know, it's great. I love it. It doesn't have like a strong scent. It doesn't break me out unless I don't take it off at night, which sometimes I'm guilty of. I have this in the shade 3W1, which is tawny. I did have a different shade of this before. I think it was like sand. It was a lighter color, but it was way too light, so I actually changed it for this one. This foundation matches my neck, but not my face, because my face is a little bit lighter. I do exfoliate it a lot. I do a lot of masks, and I do kind of fake tan here and there, so I don't fake tan my face. So my neck does match my face with this foundation. If I do choose to wear makeup to school, I don't really go for this one because I feel like if I'm just applying mascara and foundation, I want a dewier foundation, something a little more natural than this. So I like this for days that I really want to do lashes, eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, highlight, contour, like the works. So I actually added a pump to this. This does not come with a pump. I think I threw out the top that it comes with. It's just like a screw-on top. But I added this pump. It's from the MAC store. I just bought it at Macy's, like at a MAC counter. The foundation itself runs for $37, which isn't bad compared to other foundations that are on the market right now, like the YSL and the Giorgio Armani, and just a lot of foundations are in the $40 to $60 range, and this is $37, which is awesome. I love that you can get this at Sephora, but that you could also get it at Macy's and other department stores, and you can get it on Sephora.com. I bought this one at Sephora in 34th Street, Herald Square. I think that one and only one other location carry Estee Lauder in Sephora, so the MAC pump was $10 and the foundation was $37, so it's a total of $47. The pump isn't absolutely necessary, but for me, I personally think I waste less products, and I think it's just a lot more convenient to have a pump. When I had the little screw on top, I would pour it out into my beauty blender, and I was wasting a lot of product, and I was putting way too much on my face because I felt like I needed to just use the product up instead of wasting it. So this foundation claims to be a 15-hour wear. I don't normally wear my foundation for 15 hours. I normally wear my foundation for 8 to 10 hours, but I am going to be checking in with you guys probably in about 5 hours. It's 5:36 right now. I kind of got a late start to my Sunday, but I just wanted to get this video out there anyway for you guys because it does last me all day. Like, I'll go to sleep with it and wake up and it's still there. So I don't recommend doing that. Please don't go to sleep with your makeup. But if you get home really late, I know, I've been there, and you just, you know, fall asleep and, you know, you have your makeup on, this stuff like is like glue. So that's the only time that I'll break out with this foundation, is if I don't properly remove it. You really have to be 100% committed to taking this off when you get home. It's so long lasting. It's like too long lasting. You'll go to sleep, wake up, and it still looks flawless. Like maybe your blush might have rubbed off, but the foundation is on. Sephora.com currently carries 30 shades of this foundation, so really light to really dark, and some of them are sold out, like the more popular colors, but you can always just check your Macy's if Sephora.com doesn't have it. I did include my blush, bronzer, highlight, and lips in the video just because I wanted to show you guys how it applies. It applies really smoothly and nice, and it just looks so blended. I get tons of questions on what is a good foundation for oily skin. This baby is good for oily skin. I wear foundations for oily skin, for dry skin, because I kind of have normal skin, so this doesn't make me oily. Even if I don't set it, I find that it's just still flawless and I don't look like Crisco. But I did use a radiant hydrating primer, so that's why I did set my face. But if I use no primer or a mattifying primer or just like a pore refining primer with this foundation, I find that you don't really need to set your face. I set my face not only for oiliness, but I set it because I feel like it looks more flawless depending on what powder I'm using. I usually use my MAC Prep and Prime face powder or the Laura Mercier one. This foundation is great for oily skin. If you have really dry skin, definitely recommend moisturizing, priming with a really hydrating primer, and just exfoliating like right before, just so you don't kind of get like dryness. I think it's a great winter foundation because I like a full face of makeup in the winter time. Even if you're dry, just work with it. I think everyone should give this a try. If you want to see how it applies and how it wears, then keep on watching. So I only moisturize my face with the Clinique Dramatically Different lotion, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply my primer because the last time I did a foundation demo / review, you guys said it would be better if it was more realistic. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base Lumiere in the color Radiant Yellow. I like this primer because it just gives me a nice smooth canvas. I actually did use a mask, so my face is pretty soft right now, pretty smooth. I exfoliated and I don't really have too much of a breakout. I did have a couple of pimples here which kind of just left me some marks, but I'm going to go ahead and just apply this with my fingers. The bottle doesn't say that it's oil free, and I do find it to be very moisturizing, but not to the point where I'm like greasy or anything. It's just perfect. For this video, I'm going to use a brush and a beauty blender. For the side that I'm going to be using a brush, I'm going to use the Morphe G3. It's a tapered, really dense foundation brush. I like that this brush is really small, just because you can really get like a precise line like around your eyebrows and between your eyebrows, around your nose. So I'm going to be using that, and then I'm going to be using my beauty blender, and mine is a little stained, so just ignore that. I'm going to be using 2 pumps of the foundation on the left side of my face with my beauty blender. So what I normally do is just add dots and then just blend everything out, as opposed to just like focusing on one area. I kind of just dot it everywhere and then just blend. This shade looks a little darker than my skin tone, but that's normal because I really don't tan my face too much, so it does match my neck, I promise. As you can see, it has already covered up any redness or any of the bumps that I had here, and it just looks really nice. So this side of my face has nothing on it, and as you can see, this just gave me some color. It gave me a lot of coverage. It looks a lot more even. It looks dewy. It looks just flawless. My nose does have a little bit of shininess to it, and that's because of the primer. Normally, I'll try to like not use so much on my nose. The coverage is buildable, but I find that once I apply my bronzer and blush, I don't need like a second layer of foundation. So I'm going to use the brush, and I'm actually going to wet it a little bit because I find that it just makes it a lot easier to apply. This is MAC Charged Water. It's just a hydrating mist. I like to just apply some mist to my brush. The foundation just glides on a lot easier when you wet your brush. So I'm also going to be using 2 pumps on the other side of my face, and I do the same thing. I kind of just dot it around and then I blend. I'm going to push the product in as opposed to kind of like brushing it on, just because this is going to really push the product into my skin, give me the most coverage that it can give me, and it doesn't accentuate any problematic areas that you have. Sometimes when you just do this, it'll just accentuate like bumps and things that you have on your skin that you don't like. So I'm kind of just pushing the product in and blending it that way. With the brush, and here's the side with the beauty blender. I honestly like the beauty blender way better. I think it looks a lot more flawless, a lot more natural. So this side of my face looks a lot bumpier, it's patchier, so I'm going to go ahead and use my beauty blender to kind of just further blend that out and make it look a little bit more natural and push the product into my skin. So this is what the foundation looks like with no concealer, no setting powder. It's just a foundation. My skin does feel a little bit sticky. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my face. For concealer, I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC20. So now I'm going to bronze up my face. I'm using Galactic Matte Bronzer in Casablanca, and it's a really nice light shade, but it really does bronze up my skin. So I'm using a Sephora Pro Contour Blush 74 brush. And for blush, I'm using MAC Blush Baby, and it's a nice matte dusty rose color. I really love it. And I'm using a Sonia Kashuk number 29 brush. And for my lips, I just received this MAC World Lip Liner in the mail, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of my lips with it and also outline them. And then for lipstick, I'm using MAC Honey Love. For highlight, I'm using Bobbi Brown Sandstone. I absolutely love this. It has bronze shades. It has like champagne in it. It's just so gorgeous. It reflects so much light. I just set my foundation with the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder. And I'm mainly just going to use this in my T-zone because I am a little bit oily on my nose. So I just finished my full face, so I have my blush, bronzer, highlight, kind of finished up my eyes a little bit. I added some mascara and I did my lips. So this is what the foundation looks like when everything is complete. It's so flawless, so full coverage. The stickiness of the foundation is already gone. It looks pretty matte. I did set my face with a powder just a little bit on my nose. My blush went on really smoothly. I know some foundations, if they're way too dewy and you don't set them, like your blush could look a little blotchy or like just not cute. So the blush did go on really nicely, the bronzer did as well, and my highlight. So it is 5:30 right now. I just finished my blush, bronzer, highlight, and my lips. So I am ready to start my day. It's Sunday, so I kind of had a late start today. So I'm gonna run to Ulta, Target, grab something to eat, and get a fake tan. So my face is probably gonna go through a little bit. It's actually not that hot out. It's about 53 degrees. So I find that this foundation doesn't really melt off, even when it's hot, even when I go tanning. So it's like this doesn't budge. Okay, so I'm back. It is currently 10:52 at night, and girl, my face is set. Like, it doesn't even look different. Honestly, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm looking in the camera and I really can't tell. It did get a little shiny on my nose, just a little bit, and that's because I actually went tanning. So I went into a tanning bed, and I know it's bad for me, but I went tanning and actually covered my face with a towel and my hair. I almost always do that, especially if I'm wearing makeup. I don't tan my face while I'm wearing makeup. The only thing that I will say is my nose is a little shiny. I'm applying a little more powder just so you guys can see what it would look like. So here I have you guys focused, and as you can see, I still have a little bit of the bump kind of showing a little bit. Like you can see it's a little uneven there, but that is a close-up. Overall, this foundation stayed in place. It stayed pretty much matte. It's kind of like a natural matte finish. I absolutely love this foundation. I think you guys should all give it a try. This is not for someone who likes very natural makeup. This isn't a BB cream, okay girl? This is full face makeup, and I just love it. Overall, I think this is a great one. It's one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite one. Before I go, again, my lips are World Lip Liner with Honey Love, lipstick by MAC. My eyelashes are Misha by Cocoa Lashes, and my blush is Blush Baby. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys! You can find this at Macy's, the Estee. So this is my newfound favorite foundation. This has slowly, no, not slowly. Basically, so yeah, my life. Like if I choose to wear is Bobbi Brown. Which one did I use again? I call this my like cake face foundation, but my flawless cake fake Don't
leave anything anywhere. Be careful.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Love you.
I'll be back.
Most beauty gurus start their day like at 9 in the morning or like 10, at least 12. But this is like rose problems.